Welcome, ladies and gents. We are here again, broadcasting live from the Scientology Community Centre here in Dublin, and this is the Stephen Leeson Show. Every week I'll be presenting some of the most talented singers and musicians from around Ireland as we go live across Facebook and YouTube. Along with incredible performances, you'll hear personal insights and backstories into their music and careers as we get up close and personal. So if you're up for a sing-along and a bit of crack, you're in good company. The only thing we ask for is your online support, which means sharing, liking, commenting and tagging friends. Our guest artists tonight are the Ivy Sisters, a vintage vocal harmony trio based in County Wexford. Three very glamorous girls with killer vocals, all dressed up with somewhere to go. They are Aileen Donohoe, Jilly and Sharon Clancy. In December 2020, they won the Christmas FM All-Ireland Song Contest with their version of Bing Crosby's Mele Kalikimaka. If I pronounced that right, I don't know. Due to lockdown last year, the sellout launch of their debut tour was put on hold. However, on the 3rd, the Ivy Sisters resurfaced as the headline act for the new Ross Culture Night at St. Michael's Theatre. Now with the growing reputation for corporate events, festivals, garden parties and weddings, their calendar is looking sparkly for the coming year. On the radio scene, there are regular live performers on South East Radio, and their songs played extensively on Christmas FM, gaining airplay all across Ireland. And more recently, having been a featured act in the 2020 Wexford Festival Opera Fringe programme, the Ivy Sisters look forward to performing their brand new repertoire at the inaugural Johnstown Castle Arts Festival as part of a spectacular lineup August this year. So it's my pleasure now to welcome the very beautiful and talented Ivy Sisters.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Tell me what you want, what you really want. If you want my future, forget my past. If you want to get with me, you better make it fast. Now don't go wasting my precious time. Get your act together and we'll be just fine. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Tell me what you want, what you really want. Tell me what you want. I wanna, really, really, really wanna zig-a-zig-ah. If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. Make it last forever. Friendship never ends. If you wanna be my lover, you have got to give. Taking is too easy. That's the way it is. So why'd you think about that? Now you know how I feel. Say you can handle my love, baby. Are you for real? Are you for real? I won't be hasty. Do. I'll give you a try. And if you really bug me, then I'll say goodbye. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Tell me what you want, what you really want. Tell me what you want. I wanna really, really, really wanna zig-a-zig-ah. If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. Make it last forever. Friendship never ends. If you wanna be my lover, you have got to give. Taking it's too easy. That's the way it is. So here's a story from A to Z. You wanna get with me, you gotta listen carefully. We got Sharon with the face, she's all about the bass. Jilly's JC, she likes it nice and easy. Me, I don't come for free. She's a real lady. That's the three Ivies. Slam your body down and wind it all around. Slam your body down and wind it all around. If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. Make it last forever. Friendship never ends. If you wanna be my lover, you have got to give. Taking it's too easy. If you wanna be my lover, you gotta slam, 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 slam. If you wanna be my lover, I'm Slam your body down and wind it all around. Slam your body down and wind it all around. If you wanna be my lover, 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 lover.
Yay! Pipe down in the back there.
We are the Ivy Sisters. I'm Aileen.
I'm Jilly.
And I'm Sharon.
Thank you so much for tuning in and watching us. We really appreciate all you lovely people out there. Our next song is Mr. Sandman. Now, usually in a set, we dedicate this one to the sound man. Our sound man here tonight is Libby, so Mr. Soundman, play us a tune, but not just you. We want to dedicate it to all the staff that work behind the scenes on this show. They are absolute superstars, so thank you very much for putting up with us. It's been an absolute pleasure. So, Mr. Soundman, play us a tune.
Bum 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 bum. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Give him two lips like roses and clover, and tell him that his lonesome nights are over. Sandman, I'm so alone. Don't have nobody to call my own. Please turn on your magic beam. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Bum 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 bum. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Give him the word that I'm not a rover, and tell him that his lonesome nights are over. Sandman, I'm so alone. Don't have nobody to call my own. Please turn on your magic beam. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen Leeson on the guitar. Take it away, Stephen. Come on, Stephen.
I don't think the extension lead is long enough.
He's still a little bit shy.
We have to work on our Stephen.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are missing an absolute cracker of a solo.
Wow.
So sorry.
You're going to hear him in a second, though.
Mr. Sandman,
Yes.
bring me a dream. Give him a pair of eyes with a come hither gleam. Give him a lonely heart like Pagliacci, and lots of wavy hair like Liberace. Mr. Sandman, someone to hold. Would be so PG before we're too old. So please turn on your magic beam. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
Well, you heard all about Liberace and Pagliacci in that song. And Liberace had a hit with our next song, which was more familiar to you probably as the Andrew Sisters. It's also the world's most famous drinking song. So it's very popular in Ivy Cottage, which is Ivy HQ. This one is Roll Out the Barrel.
In the garden, what a garden. Only happy faces bloom there, and there's never any room there for a worry or a gloom there. Oh, there's music and there's dancing and a lot of sweet romancing. When they play the polka, they all get in the swing. Every time they hear that pa, everybody feels so tra-la-la. They want to throw their cares away. They all go la-dee-ah-dee-ay. When they hear a rumble on the floor, it's a big surprise they're waiting for. And all the couples form a ring. For miles around you'll hear them sing. Roll time to roll the barrel, 'cause the gang's all here. Ba-da-ba-dum, ba-da-ba-dum, ba-da-ba-dum-ba-da-ba-dum. When they hear a rumble on the floor, it's a big surprise they're waiting for. And all the couples, they form a ring. For miles around, you'll hear them sing. Ba-ba-da-doo-dum-da-da-doo-dum. Roll it out, roll it out, roll out the barrel. Ba-ba-ba-dum-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Sing a song of good cheer, 'cause the whole gang is here. Roll it out, let's do the beer barrel polka.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everyone watching at home, we're so delighted that you've tuned in to watch the Ivor Sisters tonight. It's such a super exciting night for us, and we're just so delighted to be here. Now, I never thought I'd be saying it, gals, but we're talking about this next number, and who would have thought the 80s would be retro? Yes, we're taking you back to the 80s, to the Bangles. This is one of their really famous songs, and I want you to all join in at home, and it's especially for all the mummies out there. Are you getting any hints on this? It's a little bit of move like that, a little bit of move like this. Steve Leeson has his snake basket all there ready for a bit of charming, and he's got the moves down. Let's see if we can get these moves as well. Just have loads of fun at home. Here we go. Walk like an Egyptian. Woo! Double bass. Woo!
All the old paintings on the tombs, they do the Zen dance, don't you know? If they move too quick, they're falling down like a domino. All the bazaar men by the Nile, they got the money on a bet. Gold crocodiles, they snap the teeth on a cigarette. Foreign tops at the hookah pipe say, ayo, 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 ayo. Walk like an Egyptian. Blonde waitresses take their trays to spin around and they cross the floor. They've got the moves. You drop your drink and they bring you more. Old school kids so sick of bucks, they like the funk and the metal bands. When the bazaar rings, they're walking like an Egyptian. All the kids in the marketplace say, ayo, 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 ayo. Walk like an Egyptian. Walk like an Egyptian. Yada da 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 dum da da dum. Yada da 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 dum. Yada da 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 dum. Yada da 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 ya. Yada da da ya ya. Yada da da ya ya da da dum. Ya ya da da. Yada da 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 da. Slide your feet up the street, bend your back and shift your arm, then you bend it back. Life is hard, you know, so strike a pose on a Cadillac. If you want to find all the cops, they're hanging out in the donut shop. They sing and dance, they swing a bag of donuts down the block. All the cops in the donut shop say, ayo, 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 ayo. Walk like an Egyptian. Walk like an Egyptian. Yada da 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 dum da da dum. Yada da 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 dum. Yada da 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 dum. Yada da 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 dum.
I'm so used to applause there.
I hope you're clapping at home, guys. Yay! Thank you so much.
That's Jilly, Aileen and Sharon, the Ivy sisters. Jeez, I'm out of breath from dancing myself. I'm only joking. I wasn't dancing at all. But we've got a few people tuning in, which is great, and it's fantastic to have the girls here. We've got to say hello to Jilly and Marie Sands, and we've also got Thomas Goulding, who is also tuning in. He said it's like taking a step back in time. So I've got to say, welcome, girls. It's great to have you here.
Thank you so much for having us. It's
Pure
Thank you
entertainment.
very much.
such a pleasure.
Yeah.
I can't believe the first 4 songs are over already.
It's kind of
Blink of an eye.
it flew actually. It was really quick. Like,
That's why we do
just
swing
does it.
music, because it goes so quick. Done.
Pure entertainment, girls.
You were so good, though.
Oh, did you
The
see me in the
cameras weren't
background?
on you, but the moves, the guitar solos, honestly, it just blew us away. It's hard to concentrate out there.
We forgot to coordinate that properly so that it zoom in on my guitar playing.
There's always the second half.
I was there though, like, you know. Anyway, guys, I have to ask. So, Jilly, I kind of messaged you. It's kind of the way things are gone. You're kind of meeting people online or whatever, that with
Yeah,
Facebook and
yeah.
seeing. I was just scrolling through one day and just seeing you singing on your own, singing guitar. I was like, geez, this is cool, like, you know. And then went looking at more stuff into you, and then I found you playing with the girls, which is was brilliant, like, you know. So, can you just give me a little bit of history about the band, how you got together and how it started?
Yeah, absolutely. We've all worked together in various different projects, but never together as a 3. And myself and Sharon were doing an event, and we got together after that, didn't we? And we said we'd love to start a real vintage close harmony group, because there's not that many around, and it's really challenging work, but it's just fantastic sound. So we said, yes, we'll do that. And then we looked at each other and said, we need a 3rd person. Who could we possibly think of that would be the 3rd person? And we both said Aileen. Now, Aileen is a very, very busy woman, and she's a fabulous singer as well. And we thought, oh, will she, could she, would she?
It's like, she'll
But,
never
yeah.
do it. She'll never do it.
But we phoned her, and she was like, yes, I'm in, absolutely. And that was the Ivy Sisters, and then we started practicing from there.
And that was like, what, 2 years ago, was it?
That was 2 years ago, yeah.
And are you all, like, was it difficult to find out even if Aileen was into that type of music for what you're doing? Like, because it's brilliant what you're doing, but it's, as you said, you don't see too much of it often. You're obviously into that type of music, so
Absolutely.
which was a blessing in disguise, I suppose.
Absolutely. No, I am. I've worked with Sharon and Jill before, so I think they probably knew
Right.
I had a theatrical side. But I have always wanted to put together something like this. So when Sharon and Jill called me and they explained what they're going to do, I think they had me at hello. I was
Okay.
like, yes. I mean, and yeah, we are all really busy as soloists. We all do lots of other things, but I mean, we just couldn't say no, and it's been really amazing. I've loved working with these
And
girls.
you worked with Sharon before, was it? And
Yeah,
then you two
and
worked
Jill,
together.
yeah,
so
yeah, just
so
never together.
Oh, okay, never
We'd all
never
met.
together as a 3.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Brilliant. And whose idea was it in original, or was it just the 2 years just in conversation about to bring
I
the band
think
together?
originally, each of us deep down always wanted to do something like this, and it was just a matter of timing. So it was me seeing Jill going, "Oh, look at her, she's good. Imagine we could get together and do something." And then it was bringing on the conversation. So I think deep down, we all come from musical backgrounds, musicianship backgrounds. So this is it's an era of music that I think will never date, and everyone is so passionate about it, and everyone just loves this. There's a real affinity with this type of music, and I know that we love singing it and performing it. So I think it was really a no-brainer when we kind of all came together. Can we do this? Yes, let's do it. And obviously, just before we decided to launch, just as lockdown hit us, and like so many other artists, they were totally affected by that. Like, our launch was cancelled and we were sold out. So look, it's been a really, really interesting time, but and now just getting up there again after a long period of not rehearsing and not being able to do a live gig. Like, here we are in this stunning theatre, stunning building, and it's just a joy to get back out and do this, and hopefully more of this will come for us.
Look, the appeal is definitely there with the type of music. Like, as like Thomas said, one of the comments that come up on Facebook, it is like taking a step back in time. I don't know why, it reminds me of like one of the episodes of Back to the Future or something like that, where they have that kind of music on. It's just brilliant, and it's appealing. The way you have everything teamed up with the dancing, and then the harmonies, the harmonies. How are you putting them together? Whose idea is it to how did you create the arrangements for this of the songs? Like,
Well, I think in general, I'm usually on the top. And we kind
On top.
of work our way down.
Top, middle, bottom. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Sharon
Which one
really
do you want?
is
Top,
all,
middle,
she's
bottom?
all about the bass.
Yeah, it's all about the bass.
We mean it, yeah.
Right.
And we're so lucky that, like, a lot of the harmonies, like, we'd work out, and a lot of them would be inspired by the Andrews sisters, Papini sisters, and, so we take our inspiration from those girls. But, in Ireland now, just like kind of flying the flag for the Southeast, we're really hoping that we'll go nationwide with this. But we were talking earlier on the harmonies, they're not easy. as all individual, you know, kind of talented singers in our own right, coming together to do something like this was like, what is my note? What is my note? And it was real trial and error. So it's lovely to get that blend and work with such, you know, such a great team.
We knew from the offset, didn't we? As soon as I think the first song we ever did was Sway, and we all went off and learned different parts. And the first time we put them together, it was like magic. It just gelled. The blend was incredible. So we knew then, didn't we? We were like, yeah, that's the one.
Absolutely.
That's it.
We knew we'd found love.
Because I remember, like, my own experience of playing with a band, like, you know, and I wasn't too up on harmonies, like, you know, and I remember a guy saying to me one time, you have to really look at each other's lips, the way you're pronouncing the words. Like, there's a lot in the harmony that people don't know, like, you know, like, you're playing to a backing track, but there's so much more of the coordination of what you're doing. Is that the way, like, you have to focus on every single word throughout the whole song to get together?
We have. We've literally said, how are you pronouncing that? You know, and I just was saying earlier, even little tiny words that when you're singing as a soloist, you would get away with. You can switch an and or a cause or a for, but if there's three, you have to be uniform and get it sounding really, really blended, I guess. Yeah,
and ideally, like, hopefully, like, you know, we're working with backing tracks at the moment, but it would be our dream to have a big live band behind us. You know, that would be our ultimate dream. So, you know, when we get back out there and, you know, get the name out there, and any fabulous jazz musicians want to collaborate with the Ivy Sisters, we're good to go. Call us with your camera.
I go see. As I said, it's just pure entertainment. Can I ask you about the Christmas FM? You tell me about it. How did you get involved with that?
I think I brought the idea because I'm a little bit obsessed with Christmas FM. So I love you, Christmas FM, and I'd been following the competition for a few years, and I just knew that the Ivy Sisters would be in with a shot. And then it came down to picking a song. So we had a few in the final few, but. Just Jill with her ukulele. Mele Kalikimaka is Hawaiian.
Say that again.
Mele Kalikimaka. It's a thing to say. So that's we kind of decided that would be just had the right feel for Christmas FM, and we were lucky enough then to win the competition, which was amazing.
Like, it means Merry Christmas in Hawaiian, just so you know that.
Yeah,
so
one of the lads was asking me earlier, is that what it is? And we weren't sure, so we got it right.
Yeah, and that's kind of really brought the whole ukulele into it, because we'd all play instruments, some very good, some very bad, but we just really enjoy music as a whole. And then when Jilly could bring the ukulele into this, and we had our lovely dresses on and our lovely flowers, so we just got into the mix. We were so lucky. So lucky to win it out of so many brilliant entrants as well. So well done, everybody.
Sorry, when you're entering the competition, I've never entered any competition like that, actually, I don't think. Do you just send the file, or did they look for videos, or what was it like? What did they look for with Christmas FM?
Well, we actually did make our own video as well, but for the competition we just had to send our sound file and some images and a lovely bio about ourselves, but we had to go a little bit further, and we transformed the Ivy Cottage into a little film set and made our own little video with the ukuleles and a few other percussion instruments.
Yeah.
Cool.
You'll have to look it up. It's,
check it out.
And we have to say a big hello to Mick Egan as well, who helped us record it.
He did
during COVID. It was very, very tricky, believe you me, but he pulled it off.
Yeah, very socially distanced recording, and he was absolutely brilliant. So big thanks to Mick.
Thank you.
Okay, I know we said earlier that when we talked about this, we were going to get you to play the ukulele, but it's way too soon. I've forgotten. As I said, we said we were going to go to the ukulele, so we'll get you playing the ukulele in a few minutes.
You tell me when.
I want to keep the interview going a bit longer, if that's okay.
Go for it.
So can I ask you about, what have I got? The New Ross Cultural Night at St. Michael's Theatre.
Do you want to?
Okay, I'll take this one. So obviously Culture Night is all over Ireland, and people submit every year. Because we had missed out on our launch, it came up that we could possibly do a gig with St. Michael's Theatre, which is wonderful. Tomas Kavanagh down there is the artistic director, and he gave us a call. And it was during lockdown and COVID, but we could have 50 people in the audience.
Okay.
And just to get back out, and actually that was our first big gig. So it was just unbelievable. It was so much fun. And like Culture Night happens all over the country, which is wonderful. So to be part of it in such a tense time, and for us to get the opportunity to actually get out there and perform was just wonderful. And St. Michael's Theatre is a beautiful theatre in New Ross. So it's well worth a visit. It's the architecture is gorgeous. It's really lovely.
And what was the rules? You had to break down for how many people you had in the audience?
Yeah, so you had a certain percentage of the people were allowed in, like, a certain amount of the audience. And of course it was a free event. So people just had to be very, very spread out across the
yeah.
theatre. But at least we had an audience at the time.
100%, exactly, yeah. And the other one, the inaugural, if I'm pronouncing that right as well, the Johnstown, sorry, that's not what the question I wanted to ask. Yeah, it is. Sorry, the inaugural. Am I pronouncing that right as well?
The inaugural, yes, the very first time it's ever going to happen. We're going to be part of a really exciting lineup at the Johnstown Castle Arts Festival. It's a festival. It's brand new, and I'm curating it with my husband. And
So we had an in.
we had a slight in there for the girls, but
Okay.
they're doing a main stage act and. I better not announce the other acts just yet. Go on then. Corner Boy and also Camille O'Sullivan.
Oh, cool.
And there's going to be an open air performance of Midsummer Night's Dream, and it's going to be very, very exciting. And if you know Johnstown Castle, it's absolutely stunning. And our main stage is going to be on the facade of the castle, so that'll be our backdrop. And we're very, very excited. It's on the 7th of August, and the Ivy Sisters will be there, bringing that extra bit of glamour to the event.
Tell the camera, tell the audience, tell the
7th
audience.
of August, Johnstown Castle. The tickets will be online very, very soon, so get in there. Amazing lineup.
And that's in Wexford, in case nobody.
In case you don't know, Johnstown Castle in Wexford, yeah, and that's where you book the tickets through.
Brilliant. Can I dig a little deeper about all your kind of backgrounds before, because you did say you've all worked together. So maybe with yourself, Sharon, because I was actually nearly nervous interviewing for you, because you have been a presenter. So you've been doing my job for I don't know how long.
But if we can swap outfits now, I can let you up, no problem. No, just really, really lucky in life. I just always wanted to be a performer, and my first role was bands and jazz bands and everything like that. And I was saying before, like I used to be a drummer and a lead singer.
Yeah.
So after coming out of the majorettes, I was a drummer in those, not on pom-poms or baton. I would have been dangerous. But so I was so lucky. Like I went for an audition and worked for Disney in America. Came back and I worked on radio in WLR FM and Southeast Radio. And I just knew I wanted to train. So after I did Rent in the Olympia, I went over to London and went for Guildford School of Acting. And then it just snowballed from there into Mamma Mia, Jesus Christ Superstar, Grease, Rent, Queen Mary 2, World Tours. So just like, and you know, it sounds so funny when you reel off that kind of thing, but there's so many talented people out there. And I think I was lucky. Yes, you need talent, but you need drive and tenacity. And if any young people are watching, it's just keep believing in yourself. And no matter what the knockbacks, like I've had a great career, but for the amount of jobs I've got, I've had millions of rejections. You know, so I've been just really lucky with that, musical theatre and then presenting. So always fell into presenting, but the latest gig was for Irish TV, where I was Wexford County Matters presenter, magazine type show, like interviewing fabulous bands like this, musicians like yourself, sports, you know, local stories. And that was with Wexford County Matters for Irish TV. So that was kind of the latest, and then did loads of, you know, Cult to Play and Sky Vegas. That's where I did my grafting and Jewellery Channel. I can sell you a ring now if you want.
Brilliant, okay.
So loads of fun.
You were saying like it's great because you were saying people like Americans and tourists and that when they're recognising you and saying, oh, you're the girl from.
Yeah, like it was unbelievable because, you know, we do theatre and you do say a year show in the West End and you know, people don't know you unless they're in that business. You do one spot on the television or you're doing a presenting job and suddenly Irish TV was in 140 countries. So
wow.
I had people like literally from Germany meeting me in the Heritage Park going, ah, and somebody like, you're walking down Wexford just on holidays and recognising me. So I was recognised from nothing else, but Irish TV, yes, I was that redhead, that Wexford girl, which I don't mind, it was really lovely.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I really enjoy presenting as well. And myself and Jilly, we model for, I say model loosely, Jilly's the model. I'm a presenter model. But Jilly was modelling for La Creme Boutique in Gorey, and they said they needed a presenter. I said, right, okay, so now both of us are presenting videos all the time. So big shout out for Marion, who
I was asking about the dresses,
gave us like
actually.
the beautiful Joseph Ribkoff dresses earlier on for our rehearsal, which you know, we like to dress up for a rehearsal even, you know.
They even
So
match
thank you,
the set.
Marion.
You have 3 outfits, 3 travelling style, yeah.
Should see the outfits for the way home. Fabulous.
That's brilliant. But they did match, they blended in. So that's I said it to you straight away. I was like, wow, the dresses are blending in with the,
Yeah, we're like,
the whole
oh,
background.
really?
So good
It's
to
only
give
number
them,
one.
Good to give them a mention.
So, yeah.
And you've been teaching as well. Like, you are all teachers as well with music and what.
Yeah, so I set up Superstars Stage Academy, which is singing, dancing, and acting, a performance academy in Wexford, County Wexford, where I do weekly classes for kids in singing, dancing, and acting. And it's all about confidence building and believing in themselves. And because I've done it, I have lived that life, then it's great to be able to go, look, you can do it too. And it's just instilling that belief and give them the tools and the skills and the craft to be able to follow their own dreams if that's what they want to do.
Yeah, of course, brilliant. I'm going to throw over to you now, Aileen, and ask you a bit about yourself then.
Very similar story, actually. We took kind of the London route, same as Sharon. I'm from Wexford, grew up in Wexford, and it's a great place for music. And I trained as a singer and started coming up to Dublin to Veronica Dunn for lessons. And my parents thought, oh, she's going down this showbiz route. So I did a degree in English first, English and Italian at Trinity. But I really was dying to get to London. So just like Sharon, went across the water and trained there and did my postgrad at the Royal Academy of Music. And my first job was Beauty and the Beast. Disney, again, gave me they're a lovely company to work for. Lovely. Yeah, Disney, Beauty and the Beast. And then on to the Phantom of the Opera in the West End, which was just amazing. Like, that was just, I absolutely loved it. And I'm glad they're actually opening up again. Some of my friends that are still there actually are Phantom's opening back up again very, very soon. And yeah, then Mamma Mia. I did a cruise ship in the middle of that, so saw a bit of the world.
Oh, that's right, you did the QE2, wasn't it?
Did the QE2, yeah.
That must have been cool as well.
It was amazing. Well, not at first because I was a little bit seasick, but you get used to that. We were actually doing HMS Pinafore, and the boat was going like this. And yeah, I didn't have to pretend to be on a boat or feeling a little bit iffy, but it was amazing.
How many decks is on that ship?
I don't know. I can't remember. A lot.
A lot, yeah.
It was very, very big. You did have to kind of have a map to go around, and it was huge. And it was the world tour, so we got to see everywhere. It was amazing because a lot of my friends had, after college, gone off and travelled, and I hadn't done that, so I felt it was a really nice way to see the world and to be doing what I love as well. And I absolutely loved it. I would recommend it to anybody to do because you really learn your craft. You're doing like 3 or 4 shows, and you've a lot to kind of to do, so it's amazing. Yeah.
And I'm guessing when you're doing the cruise ships, I always thought, like, I've never done one. I've played on them where they've docked in Dublin and I've gone on and entertained and then come off, like, you're not going to be spending much money when you're on a cruise ship, are you? Like, you're actually going to come home with money, is what I mean to say. Like,
a lot of performers do it for that reason because you can kind of save. You get fed,
or whatever,
yeah, all that kind of thing. Your bed and board, and yeah, you do. It's fantastic experience. I loved it.
As long as you're relaxing and drinking, I suppose that's.
Yeah. Oh no, we don't do that. Not at all. Yes, I think he knows a little bit about us.
Yes, the word is out.
And then I came back. And what was next? Mamma Mia. We followed in the same circles, but we never worked together in London. And then the last show I did before I moved back here was Wicked, which was definitely my favourite because I'd seen it on Broadway, and I said to my husband, if that comes to London, I'm going to be in that show. And he said, oh, go on, big head. But I was desperate to get into it because I just loved it. And once I was there, I stayed for 5 years, and it was only because I had 2 children. Well, I was engaged when I started, and then I got married and had 2 children by the time I left, and my whole life had changed. And my husband and I had always said we'd come back to Ireland, so it felt like the right time. Otherwise, I'd probably still be in Wicked. They'd be wheeling me onto the stage. I'd never leave. I absolutely loved it. But look, I'm back in Ireland now, and there's amazing opportunities, things like this. I'm creating my own work, and it's a little bit more scope for something else that I hadn't done. So I'm very, very happy here.
But isn't it great, even as Sharon said, like, for people starting out or not known to chase their dream, and you chased yours and then you ended up doing it for 5 years. That's remarkable to
I know. It does, and I shouldn't say big head because in Ireland you're kind of made to feel you shouldn't say things like that. But I do believe in visualizing things, and I did even dream that night that I was going to be in the show and that my friend was going to be doing the wigs, and that I kind of visualized the whole thing. And funny enough, that wig girl was on the show. So I don't know. If you believe it, it will happen. So it's true. Stay positive.
Okay. And you've been teaching. We were talking earlier. You were saying you're teaching a bit on Zoom, or you have been through the pandemic. So still deeply involved.
Yeah. Oh, I love teaching. Just like Sharon said, I love teaching and Jill teaches as well. And what she does is incredible. I love teaching the next generation, and you really want to kind of give them all your experience and kind of tell them what to watch out for and give them the tips, because it isn't easy, and you've got to be really resilient, and I think that's probably the most important thing. So yeah, I teach on a musical theatre degree course, and they're all fabulous. So hello to all the American college students.
Brilliant. Okay, that's cool. Okay, what about yourself then, Jilly?
I went down the more of a musician route. I am not from Ireland, as you can probably tell by my really funny accent. I'm a Geordie, I'm from Newcastle.
Same as my mum.
Same as your mum. Why I? How are you? A little bit of Geordie. That's Gyrish, Geordie and Irish.
Did you say, how are you?
How are you? There you go. Yeah, I'm from Newcastle originally. I grew up there. I went to school there. I went to Durham University, which is just south of Newcastle, and did a degree in sociology, so nothing to do with music. But from the very early age, I was always interested in piano, and I got the opportunity to do viola through the Royal Schools of Music. So that's what I studied. I studied viola until I was about 16. I did all my grades, all my exams and that, but I really wanted to be a singer. So at the age of 15, I then went on to do all my singing with the Royal Schools of Music. So I did classical singing exams with those and got all my grades with that. And I've done opera courses as well to boot.
Wow.
So, and I do private singing lessons as well. But the main thing I'm known for, I'm the ukulele lady in Wexford. I picked that instrument up. I play the guitar. I've always played the guitar, but I picked the ukulele up about 10, 12 years ago, and I've never looked back. And I teach it to all ages, and it is just a fabulous instrument. So if you've never, ever played an instrument before in your life, pick up the ukulele, because it's not like a violin or anything else like that. If you are a beginner, it still sounds pretty good, even if you're playing the wrong notes. They're never wrong notes, they're just your interpretation. That's how I look at
We
it.
missed a trick now. We should have brought one down for Stephen.
Well, now you've got to know.
Do you have
Funny
one
you should
stashed
say
behind
that.
the chair?
Well, I have one here, but I mean, you can work away on it, Stephen, absolutely.
Yeah, we would have seen me mess it up. And yeah, I intentionally did the mistake, an intentional mistake to go with it. Like, is it good for backing songs then? I imagine it is.
Yeah, it's really good. It's a really good instrument. It's easy to learn, to pick up, to sort of be able to sing along with if you fancy singing. I do a lot of what's called hum and strum. So I set up about 2 or 3 years ago a little ukulele group in a small village in Wexford called Kilmuckridge. The Kilmuckridge Cool Hand Ukes, little play on the name there. And I just set it up and said, look, if you haven't played an instrument, doesn't matter, come along. I'll start from scratch. It's in a pub, which I think got more of them in. You can have a pint, you can be sociable, and you can learn an instrument. And I turned up on the first day, and 40 people out of a small village turned up to learn this instrument. And I thought, oh, I'm onto something here. And they are fabulous. We've been all over. We've been up to see the Great British Ukulele Orchestra in the National Concert Hall. We've done a lot of things with Wells House and various Gorey Library and various events around Wexford. And they are fantastic. They love it. It's a real sociable event. So they come and they have a natter as well as learn to play an instrument. We have a bassist, Mono. Hello, Mono, if you're watching. He comes along, and it's just, you wouldn't believe the amount of songs we can get through. And we don't just play George Formby when I'm cleaning windows. We do all sorts. We do The Who, Creedence Clearwater Revival. We do Alice Cooper. We do absolutely the Beatles. Anything you can imagine, we do on a ukulele, and they love it.
40 of us.
40 of them turned up.
40 people.
I got 40 people to turn up. I was like, right, okay. Anyone played a ukulele? No? Right, we're starting with C. You know, and that was it. And we just have such a good laugh, and they really, really enjoy it. And I usually find a couple of pints in, they're better ukulele players. But there are loads of other groups just like that across Ireland.
I've seen some in Dublin, busking actually.
There's Ukulele Tuesdays in Dublin. If you go to the Stag's Head, and they do exactly the same thing. Even if you don't have a ukulele, go along, because the atmosphere is incredible, and they bring in guest musicians like violin, the whole lot. They just bring them in, and it's incredible. And the ukulele hoolie as well. If you're lucky enough to be in Dunleary in the around August time, it's fabulous. Unfortunately, they cancelled it this year, but next year, fingers crossed, it's back up and running.
You're going to have to give us some sort of a little lesson with that. After all that about the ukulele, it would be a sin not to ask you
Absolutely.
to pick it up and play
I have. Here's one I prepared earlier. It's like a Blue Peter moment.
Super. We can maybe get a microphone
Absolutely,
for you to maybe give us a song. If Paul will just grab it there for us now. Requests. What's the tuning even of the? I forget. I asked you earlier, and I forget what you said it was.
Turn the mic back on. The tuning is Good Children Eat Apples. So G-C-E, my Geordie vowels, E for elephant, A for apple. Or as I like to say to all the ladies in my group, George Clooney every afternoon. That's also a very good way of remembering it. So I'll give you a quick blast. I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something now that you're not expecting on a ukulele. It was one of my dad's favourite songs from one of my dad's favourite bands. So this one's for you, Dad. Here we go. since I was a young boy, I played the silver ball. From Soho down to Brighton, I must have played them all. But I ain't seen nothing like it in any amusement hall. That deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays a mean pinball. He's a pinball wizard, there has to be a twist. A pinball wizard's got such a supple wrist. How do you think he does it? What makes him so good?
That's really cool. And so there's a lot of suit finger chords and that in
Yeah,
it as well.
absolutely.
So,
I mean, I do a lot of summer camps for kids as well. And I teach them the basic 4 chords, your C, your G, your A minor, and your F, and they are flying. And there's so many songs with that.
You've got your 4 chords.
Yeah, absolutely. And they love it. So I teach them around Wexford as well. Absolutely fabulous. I'm looking forward to them this summer. Woohoo, come on, kids.
I'd join up myself a couple of
Yeah,
times, so
absolutely.
especially get to have a pint
Get yourself
while I'm
into
doing it
a
as well.
ukulele group
That's
in-
really cool. I haven't gone into that.
Dublin, yeah.
Super, I was expecting. Girls, we did everything completely opposite than the way I said it was going to go. Okay.
Are we having that effect on you?
You probably had that or noticed that, okay? Because we said we were going to kind of finish that because you're going to go and do another few songs for me, but you just have to get changed. Is that right?
So I'll slip into something a little more comfortable for you, Stephen.
Oh my God.
We
Okay.
didn't know whether it was the tan or he was blushing the whole time.
Oh God. Right, girls. For anyone, I don't even know what to say now. The inaugural festival is the next gig you're doing, as we said earlier.
Absolutely.
So if people to look out at that and use are online, do you have a website around that as well?
Facebook page,
Facebook,
the Ivy Sisters.
Instagram, YouTube, we're all over it.
You're all over it.
Please
Brilliant. Okay,
like,
so
comment, share. Thank you.
Anyone wants to
And book us for some gigs. It'd be great. Now when we can all get back up and running, we'd love to perform at your party.
Girls, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on. Thank you very much for coming in and the interview was brilliant. Really enjoyed it, really enjoyed the songs. And you're going to do another 4 songs for us, you said, wasn't it? So I'm going to leave you off and I'm going to sing a song totally different to what you are doing while you get ready to go back
Oh,
on.
one more thing, Stephen.
Oh, yeah.
You might need this a little bit later on.
You're putting me on the spot
No,
now.
well, you never know. So here you go.
You can just improvise.
You've
Just
asked
improvise.
me to come on with this on your last song and the instrumental. So
Well-
that's going to be interesting for someone who
It's
I
not
said.
for all 4, just 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Just the last one. Just surprise us.
Okay, lads. So if you got
Improvise.
that, you can zoom in on me sometimes maybe and I'll be trying to play this. Your songs are pretending.
You're a boogie woogie bugle boy, Stephen.
Go on, girls. Thank you very much. I'm gonna
Thanks,
play this
Sharon.
song.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
I'll try and do something on this with you. Okay, guys, I hope you've enjoyed that bit of an interview as much as I did. Paul is just going to grab me a microphone, so I'm not singing through this one. And my guitar should be nearly gone. Thank you very much, Paul. I'll just grab this. A bit higher, yeah? Yeah. If you could just move it a bit closer to me, around like that. That should. Hold on 2 seconds. I think I can stretch it like that. That should do me, I think. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to do something totally different from what the girls, as I said, just while they're getting ready for their final 4 songs that they're going to do for us. So I'm going to sing a lovely song called Carrickfergus. I wish I was in Carrickfergus only for nights in Ballygrants. I would swim over the deepest ocean, the deepest ocean, my love to find. But the sea is wide and I cannot swim over, and neither have I the wings to fly.
me a handsome boatsman to ferry me over, my love and I. My childhood days bring sad reflections of happy times spent so long ago. My boyhood friends, my own relations, have all passed on now like melting snow. So I'll spend my days in endless rolling, soft is the grass and my bed is free. And to be back now in Carrickfergus on that long road down to the sea. Now in Kilkenny it is reported on marble stones there as black as ink, with gold and silver I would support her. I'll sing no more now till I get a drink. For I'm drunk today, and I'm seldom sober. I'm still rover from town to town. But I'm sick now, my days are numbered. So come all you young men and lay me down. So come all you young men and lay me down. Thank you very much. I'm going to hand you back over to the Ivy Sisters.
Just for kicks now. I've been feeling it since 1966 now.
I keep my hands to myself.
Why?
Think I'll dust them off, put them back up on the shelf. Cause my little baby girl is in need. Am I coming out of left field?
Whoa, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I've been feeling it since 1966 now. Shoe up, shoe up, shoe up, shoe up, shoe up, shoe up. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Whoa, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. Let me kick it like it's 1986 now. Shoe up, shoe up, shoe up, shoe up, shoe up, shoe up. Got another mouth to feed. Leave it with the babysitter, mama call the grave digger. Goodbye to my hopes and dreams. Am I coming out of left field? Whoa, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I've been feeling it since 1966 now. Shoe up, shoe up, shoe up, shoe up, shoe up, shoe up. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Whoa, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. Let me kick it like it's 1986 now. Shoe up, shoe up, shoe up, shoe up, shoe up, shoe up. We could fight a war for peace. Oh, given to that easy living
to my hopes and dreams. Stop flipping from my enemy. We can wait until the walls come down. Oh, it's time to give a little to the kids in the middle. But oh, tell that fools they won't bother me. Whoa.
Is it coming?
Hey, baby.
Is it coming? Is it coming?
Is it coming?
Is it coming?
Wait a
Is
minute,
it coming? Is 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 it coming back? Whoa, I'm a rebel just for kicks. Now your love is an abyss for my heart to eclipse now. Might be over now, but I feel it still. Wait a minute. Whoa, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. Let me kick it like it's 1986 now. Let me over now, but I feel it still. Wait a minute. Might have had your fill, but I feel it still. Wait a minute. Shoo up. Shoo up. Wait a minute. Shoo up. Wait a minute. Might have had your fill. Shoo up. Wait a minute. Might be over now, but I feel it still. Shoo up. Wait a minute. Shoo up. Wait a minute. Shoo up. Wait a minute. Shoo up.
Ooh. Thank you very much.
Hold the
Hold the applause. This next song is an 70s classic. It's a disco classic. It's I Will Survive. And we want to dedicate it to all of you who have survived this pandemic, but also to all of the arts and fellow musicians such as ourselves who have been let down by the government and are still out of work. So we are with you. The Ivy Sisters are with you. So this one is for you.
At first, I was afraid, I was petrified, kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But I spent so many nights just thinking how you did me wrong, and I grew strong, and I learned how to get along. And so you're back from outer space. I just walked in to find you here with that sad look upon your face. I should have changed that stupid lock. I should have made you leave your key. If I'd have known for just 1 second you'd be back to bother me. Go on now, go. Walk out the door. Just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbyes? Did you think I'd crumble? Did you think I'd lay down and die? Oh no, not I. I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. 'Cause I've got all my life to live, and I've got all my love to give, and I'll survive. I will survive. It took all the strength I had not to fall apart. Kept trying to mend the pieces of the world. But I spent so many nights just feeling sorry for myself, cry. But now I hold my head up high and you see me, somebody new. I'm not that chained up little person still in love with you. And so you felt like dropping in and just expect me to be free. Well, now I'm saving all my loving for someone who's loving me. Go on now, go. Walk out the door. Just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbye? Do you think I crumble, lay down and die? Oh no, not I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. 'Cause I've got all my life to live, and I've got all my love to give, and I'll survive. I will survive. Go on now, go, walk out the door. Just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbye? Just think I'd crumble, lay down and die. Oh no, not I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. 'Cause I've got all my life to live, and I've got all my love to give, and I'll survive. I will survive.
Well, I think we did survive. And our next one is a real classic by the Andrews Sisters. And it's one we recorded actually in Gorey. And it's a little bit of Tico Tico. And it means it's time for all the lovers in the clock to do what? Well, I'll leave that up to you at home. But it's that time, Tico Tico.
Tico, 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 tock. 'Cause Tico, Tico is a cuckoo in my clock. And when he says cuckoo, he means it's time to woo. It's Tico time for all the lovers in the flock. I got a heavy date, a date at 8. So Spico, Tico, tell me, is it getting late? If I'm on time, cuckoo, but if I'm late, woo-woo. The one my heart has gone to ain't not going to wait. But just a birdie and a birdie who goes nowhere. He knows of every lover's lane and how to go there. For in affairs of the heart, my Tico's terribly smart. He tells me gently, sentimentally at the start. Oh, I hear my little Tico, Tico calling, because the time is right and shades of night are falling. I love that not so cuckoo, cuckoo in the clock. Tico, 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 tock. I've got a date at 8. Oh, I have to celebrate with my friend Tico, Tico, tock.
Is that you on the trumpet, Stephen? Ooh, sounding fabulous.
Instrumentalist.
For just a birdie and a birdie who goes nowhere. He knows of every lover's lane and how to go there. For in affairs of the heart, my Tico's terribly smart. He tells me gently, sentimentally at the start.
Whoa, I hear my little Tico Tico calling to me.
Because the time is right and shades of night are falling. I love that not so cuckoo, cuckoo in the clock. Tico, 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 tock. Tico, 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 tock. Tico, tock.
Well, I can't believe it. Time certainly flies when you're having fun. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you to Stephen, all the gang here as well. We've had an absolutely fantastic day. It's our last song, and we're going to leave you with this. I'm sure you've been waiting for this one. It's one of our favorites, and it's an Andrews Sisters classic, taking you right back to Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy. Woo! Let's go. Everyone at home, you can get up and have a little boogie to this one. Woo! Yes, you in the audience too, madam.
He was a famous trumpet man from out Chicago way. He had a boogie style that no one else could play. Was a top man at his craft. But then his number came up and he was gone with the draft. He's in the army now, a blowing a reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy, Company B. They made him blow bugle for his Uncle Sam. It really brought him down because he could not jam. The captain seemed to understand, because the next in the cap went out and drafted the band. And now the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy, Company B. A toot, a toot, a tootly-I-do, blows eight to the bar. In boogie rhythm, can't blow a note if the bass and guitar isn't with him. And the company jumps and he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy, Company B. He was some boogie woogie bugle boy, Company B. And when he played the boogie woogie bugle, he was busy as a busy bee. And when he played, they made the company jump eight to the bar. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy, Company B. Toodly-yada, toot-toot, blows eight to the bar. Can't blow a note if the bass and guitar isn't with him. And the company jumps and he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy, Company B.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen Leeson on the bugle! Woo! Oh, yes, Stephen!
He will never live this down.
He was some boogie woogie bugle boy, Company B. When he played the boogie woogie bugle, he was busy as a busy bee. And when he played, he made the company jump eight to the bar. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy, Company B.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Ivy Sisters. We had an absolute ball. Stay tuned, you'll find us on Facebook, YouTube. They're all out there.
Thank you so much,
Stephen up, Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy. Woo!
Girls, thank you very, very much. I can't believe you've made me do that. That's the first time I've done something like that, and I can't dance, as I've told you before. But as I said, can't thank you enough for coming along. It's been absolutely superb, great entertainment, and I wish you as well. And I hope to see you. Christmas time, as you were saying to me, you're planning on maybe coming back. So
Christmas special.
we'll have you back for the Christmas special. Thanks again, girls. And thanks, of course, to everybody here in the crew. Okay, next week we have a Thomas Goulding night, and it's for the Children's Health Foundation in Tala. We have the Regional Neonatal Intensive Care Unit in Belfast, two charities that it's going for. And we are going to have Dan McCabe, All Folked Up, Philip Noon, Rusty Music, and David Whelan, Rory and the Island, Catalpa, Gaelic Brew, and The Invincibles. So quite a lot of different acts next week. And that will be at 7 o'clock, same time, same place. Thank you very much for tuning in, and see you then.